Okay, if you're a school administrator, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That annual ritual of building the school holiday calendar, ugh, it can feel like it takes forever, right? But what if I told you that you could nail it, get it done perfectly, in just a few minutes? Let's dive in and see how. Sound familiar? That endless flood of emails and phone calls. Hey, when does winter break start? Or what day is that staff training again? It just eats up so much of your day. And that is exactly the problem we are going to solve right now. So let's talk about it. The annual calendar challenge. You know the drill. Every single year, it's the same thing, trying to create just one, accurate calendar for everyone. You're manually tracking holidays, you're trying to communicate it all out without a million questions. Honestly, it's a huge headache. But what if we could just flip a switch and go from total chaos to crystal clarity? And here it is. Welcome to your central holiday hub. This is the InstaClass Holiday Calendar. I want you to think of this thing as your mission control, your command center for every single important date all year long. This is the tool that takes that calendar chaos we just talked about and turns it into, well, complete clarity. So what is this thing really? Well, at its core, it is your school's official single source of truth. And I mean that. It's not just some list. It's the definitive guide. Public holidays, school-specific events, study breaks, you name it. Once you set a date in here, that's it. It's basically the law of the land for your entire school. Okay, now this part is super important, so let's pay attention here. The difference between draft and published, it's absolutely crucial. Think of draft mode as your private playground, your sandbox. You can build things, move dates around, make a mess, and nobody else sees a thing. It's completely safe. But then, the moment you hit publish, bam, it goes live for the whole school to see. It gives you all the control. All right, enough talk. Let's get our hands dirty. How do you actually build this calendar? Well, here's the best part. This whole thing is designed to be ridiculously fast. We're talking about taking a project that used to drag on for days and crushing it in just a few clicks. Seriously. First things first, we have to lay the foundation, right? And we're going to start with what is, without a doubt, the single biggest time saver in this entire tool, adding all of those mandatory public and national holidays for the whole year. So how long does that massive task take? Are you ready for this? It takes one click. That's it, just one. I mean, think about all the hours you've spent looking up those dates, typing them in one by one, year after year. All of that heavy lifting, it's just done for you, instantly. And the process is just so simple. Look at this. You just select the academic year you're working on. You click that magic Add Public Holidays button. The list just appears. You give it a quick once-over to make sure everything looks right, and then you save your draft. Boom. In less than 60 seconds, the entire skeleton of your calendar is already built. Okay, so all the public holidays are locked and loaded. Now it's time for the fun part. This is where you make the calendar truly yours. We're talking about adding all those unique events and special dates that really define your school's rhythm for the year. And you have total freedom here. You can add anything and everything. Your annual day, of course, sports day, those really important internal things like staff training days, even study holidays before exams. My rule of thumb is this. If it's a day when someone isn't expected to be working or in class, it goes on the calendar. Simple as that. Now, here's another really clever feature, visibility control. Because let's be real, not every event is meant for every single person, right? A big national holiday? Yeah, that's for everyone. But what about that internal staff training day? You can just set that to staff only. This keeps the calendar totally clean and relevant for parents and students. They only see what they need to see. Okay, let's recap. You've loaded all the public holidays, you've added all your custom school events, your calendar is basically built. So now it's time for the grand finale, the last but most important steps, taking this thing live and knowing how to tweak it later if you need to. And there it is, the big publish button. This is the moment of truth. With one satisfying click, everything you've just built becomes the official schedule for the entire school. It just instantly pops up everywhere in the app for every staff member, every student, and every parent. But wait, I know what you're thinking. What happens if something changes, right? What about that last-minute holiday the government suddenly announces? Or what if you just need to shift a date? Are you locked in forever once you hit publish? The answer is a big, resounding no, not at all. You need to think of your calendar as a living, breathing document. It's not set in stone. You can go back in and make changes anytime you want. Need to adjust a date? Easy. Want to add a surprise day off? No problem. Change an event from a full day to a half day? It's always just a couple of clicks away. And here is a really, really important pro tip. You got to remember this one. Anytime you make a change to a calendar that's already live, you have to hit publish again. That's the key. That's what actually sends the update out to everybody. It's how you make sure the whole school community is always on the same, most up-to-date page. So let's just zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. Why are we even doing all this? What's the point? It's simple. The payoff is huge. We're talking about a calmer, more organized, more predictable school year, not just for you, but for every single person in your school. And this is why it matters so much. Think about it. Families can finally plan their vacations and their leave without guessing. Your front office staff isn't spending half their day answering the same questions over and over. Your teachers, they can plan their lessons and curriculum with confidence. It all boils down to creating that one single reliable source of truth that everyone, and I mean everyone, can trust. And just like that, you've got a simple, incredibly powerful system to completely take control of your school's calendar. So really, the only question left is, now that this huge task is taken care of in just a few minutes, what are you going to do with all that time you just saved? What are the bigger, more important things you can finally focus on? Thanks for watching.